What is going on, everybody? Welcome to DylanTalksTone. Welcome to our live stream that didn't happen last night because we are actually on the road traveling, and just through the way the day went, I was like, you know what? We'll make this up to you tomorrow. So what we've got is a camera in a van. If you look through that window, but you can't see it right now, otherwise the shot would be all messed up. We're talking about Canada being like, can't quite throw a rock, but I could fly a drone over there. That probably wouldn't be good though. Anyway, we're that close to Canada. Right on the other side of the St. Lawrence Seaway, right there. And I've been watching ore freighters go through all night and stuff. It's pretty cool. So, thanks, Dave, for chiming in. How are you? So I know this is a weird time. I know it's not something we normally do, but I did not want to miss out. We had a couple questions come in from Patreon, so we wanted to make sure that we caught those. And instead of doing a normal thing where we go for an hour asking or answering a bunch of Q&A questions and then doing a bunch of off-topic questions, here's what we're going to do. I'm basically just going to open it up to whatever you want. Ask any questions you want. I'll tell you about a little bit what we're doing this week. Ask any questions you want, off topic or on, and we'll just go for a few minutes. When people get tired of it, we'll be done. But that's what I figured we would do. As usual, all of these are ad-free live streams, and so you would be able to use a super chat to support the channel. You can go to DylanTalksTone and buy pickups and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so we got a couple of questions. I didn't put them on the screen and everything. Like I said, this was just kind of a last minute deal. So actually, we have one from Patreon. Hello, Leslie and Dylan. I hope your trip is going well. How tragic is the first hole you get in your amp or cab's grill cloth? Are there any good ways to repair and prevent the hole from getting worse? Or should I just quote unquote grow up and consider the damage part of the game? Thank you and safe travels. Thanks, Rob. Um, I've never really worried about that much. I do know you can. It's pretty easy now. Mojotone, Stumac. There's a few people. If you wanted to replace the grill cloth and take that whole project on, you can do it. There's a lot of YouTube videos about it. I am not the most experienced at this. The other thing is, somebody actually mentioned in the comment thread of that question that one of the things you could do is take it apart and get behind there. If everything's still there, like a lot of times when you poke a piece of grill cloth, it's there, but it just kind of blows out. And what you can do is sort of put it back together and maybe put like a patch on the backside, so at least from the front, visually that stuff is all laying next to each other and it looks nice. It doesn't necessarily fix it because you haven't like fused anything back together, but it will, pretty much stay together and it'll look nice from the front. So yeah, that's what I would go with. That wasn't my advice. Actually, that was somebody else in the comment section of that question. But I would go with that. I think that's a really good idea. Let's see here, really quick. I want to check. One thing that didn't do was check for YouTube ones. See if anything came in from YouTube. It did not. Okay, so that's all we've got for those. So if you have guitar questions, or actually off-topic questions, I don't care. Whatever you want to ask, we can talk about it. And I'll tell you what we got going here a little bit. You sound a little under the weather. Take care of yourself. You don't owe us these streams. No, actually, I'm good. The only thing that's different, obviously, is we don't have our proper microphones. I just have a webcam, and we're in the motorhome, so we're running the air conditioner the whole time. So if you remember back in the old days when we had to run the air conditioner in our big motorhome, completely changes everything. A lot of background noise and stuff, but it's cool. I feel good. Maybe a little sinusy because the weather here is weird. a lot of fog and moisture, and it rained. There was gnarly thunderstorms last night. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. We got a super chat real quick from Dastardly Dave. Ad free is always cool. Safe travels. Thank you, sir. I'll tell you where we're at here, too, in a minute. Let me get some of these questions. Kyle, did you check out Alameda Guitars, the Off-Kiltertrons? No, I did not. I have not checked those out. Let's see. And it is weird to do these Friday, but it's fun. So a little off-topic stuff, and then I'll tell you about a little guitar stuff too. We're doing a bunch of traveling, so we're on the border of Canada right now. In fact, Doc Tilton in there in the comments last night, he actually lives on the Canada side, about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes from here. And so he came over last night from Canada and hung out with us. Probably going to come over and hang out with us a little bit more today. I told him today, if you've noticed, he's talking about building guitars. You know, since I've known him, he started building guitars. So I told him, and he's built me too. I have 2 of his Doc Tilton's guitars. So I told him, bring one of your latest builds. I want to see it. So I'm hoping he'll bring a guitar over today so that I can check it out. That'll be pretty awesome. And then, of course, we're here seeing family and stuff. My dad is from, and my mom actually too, is from this town. So we're way up here, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, which is right on the border of Canada, like I said. So that's where we are today. And then we're going to go tomorrow over to another town that actually I'm from, on Lake Superior. And we're going to be there for a day and a half, and then we're going to start heading south. The guitar-related part of this, there isn't really one. But the guitar-related part of this is we get back home on Tuesday, and then on Friday, Brianna and I are going to leave for Colorado, and we're going to go to a Texas Toast workshop the following week. So we are putting some miles on right now, which is going to be really fun. So Brianna's been working on designs and stuff for her new pickup line, which is really cool. We've been working on a bunch of product for that. We've actually been working on branding for that, which is pretty cool. And we've been working on a bunch of different stuff. So we're hoping next week, I think next week, to kind of debut the first set of her stuff. It's going to be really, really fun. Yeah, really, really fun. Let's see. I don't know why, but I don't like Rev Stars. My friend desperately tried to sell me his too. They are interesting. That, whatever that switches they have on it is, like that filter thing is interesting. I would say that for somebody who wants to get into a 2 humbucker guitar for a reasonable amount of money, I would say they are a good alternative for that. Super chat. Just wanted to say your P90s are outstanding. Thank you. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, 3J Music. I didn't, I'm not sure. You know, we don't always know who everybody's name is. And you don't have to say it on here if you don't want to. So don't out yourself just to tell me who you are on the order sheet. I don't, sometimes when the order comes in, I always don't always know who they are from YouTube. So, but thank you for that. You can send me a message later and tell me. I'm just done with pool duty. Grandkids are coming today. Oh, right on. Cool. So some family time for you this weekend. Yeah. Last night Don came over, sat out here, and he brought us a bottle of rum, which was really interesting. I've never had before. It was really good. And then I always bring my carbon fiber Mark McPherson touring, so he got to play that a little bit last night, and yeah, just chilling. The dog has been lots of drama because he has not traveled before. We're on day, let's see, we left Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so we're on day 4, and he's starting to get it now, and it's a lot more pleasant yesterday and today. I have 9 Dylan P90s. That's awesome, Kyle. I had not thought about that you have accumulated that many in many different guitars. That's pretty awesome. Don, that guitar is unreal. It is. It's really wild. It's one of the things we were talking about with this McPherson touring last night, because it's the small one, right? It's the travel guitar, which is, it's not a travel guitar in the sense of a travel guitar. But what he was saying when we were talking about it last night was, if you play like a Taylor Baby Taylor, or one of those Martin LXMs or something like that, you're playing a baby guitar. Like, it's, I don't want to say it's a novelty, because it serves a purpose, but you're playing a small guitar. Like, where this one, it's a weird thing, but you'll play it for 5 or 10 minutes, and you'll sort of forget that it's a small guitar. You'll sort of forget that it's even carbon fiber. It's just so good. You all know how it is. There are a lot of guitars that that's their strength, is that when you pick them up and play them, you don't think about the guitar. The music just sort of starts coming out, right? Like, that's kind of what we're going for. And I could even notice Don playing it last night, where he was just noodling and playing and doing, and stuff was just happening, and you don't have to really adjust to anything. It just kind of happens, which is what makes this guitar so worth it. And the other thing that's crazy is, I have not played this guitar in a while, probably 2 months. It's been hanging on my wall in my office. About 5 minutes before we left on Tuesday, I was like, oh crap, I need to grab a guitar. And I ran in the office, and I ran in the closet, grabbed the case, chucked it in the case, threw it in the van. Didn't touch it. Been banging around for 3 or 4, not banging around, but you know what I mean, for 3 or 4 days. I handed it to Don last night. He pulls it out of the case, perfectly in tune. I don't know when the last time I tuned it was. So this carbon fiber stuff is really, really cool. It's pretty neato. Perfect intonation, no truss rod, sounds huge. Yes, exactly. Robert Hastings, I'm using a set of P90s for Nashville tuning. I kind of like it. I also have a set in my TTG. Oh, that's cool, man. Live from the RV. Cooking meth. Nah, that's not our jam. We're a touch classier than that. There is a video on my channel. Okay, I'll check that out, 3J Music. That's awesome. I will check that out. He put it in his Texas Toast SG. Right on. I will definitely check that out. Yeah, I want an SG. I don't have one. I have my SG Junior. Obviously, that's a dog-eared P90. It's got my P90 in it. But I've been thinking about an SG lately, like a regular one. I really want one of those ones with the funky tremolo on it, like a 61 reissue sort of thing. Been kind of thinking about that. Probably in cherry, just because that's what you get when you get an SG, right? I don't know, though, because my SG Junior is in cherry. So, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I kind of do want one. Looks like everybody's seen the 3J music video except for me. I need to look that up. I was going to sell my B-bender guitar, but I started using it again for an album. It has a Dylan P90 in it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool, man. B-bender. I just noticed the other day. I've never built a B-bender before, and I just noticed the other day that WD Music has um, B-bender routed bodies and B-benders, and I'm interested to know black. I don't know on an SG. I don't know. So as much as I go on and on about technology and new and this and that, when it comes to certain guitars, I'm pretty traditional when it comes to that stuff. So I don't know about that. I mean, black does work, I guess. Isn't that what Angus Young plays? Oh, let's see. I'm trying to find real quick while we're talking. Let's see. Guitar. Okay. I'm trying to find these. Okay, so you can get an entire B-bender set pre-routed with the B-bender for $700. So the B-bender, it's a Steel Bender Innovations B-bender, is about $500 retail. So 700 is not out of the question. So $700 for the body and the B-bender assembly. It's pretty neat. And the back plate. If somebody wanted to build one of these, I would probably build it. I'd be interested. I've never done it before, but I'm sure it's not that big a deal to figure out. I would definitely be interested if one of you were like, hey, I'd like to try a B-bender. I would definitely be interested in making that a project. So let me know. That sounds interesting. I'd like an SG with the colorway of your gasser in gold and pinstriped with the V headstock. Now that's pretty rad. Yeah, you'd have to go build that probably. There's a company that had a B-bender G-bender. Okay, cool. We'll check that out too. Let's see. Matt and Chris make a hell of an SG. They do. They very much do. Let's see. I'm going to have to look at what colors those SGs come in now because I didn't get my B-bender guitar routed. It's in the bridge, kind of like a Bigsby. I've seen those. It's got like a little finger that stretches it or something. I think I've seen that before. That's pretty neat, actually. Let's see. I'm also right now, as we're speaking, I'm uploading another driving in the car video, except that it's not in the car; it's in the van. And so that'll be coming out tomorrow at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm trying to make sure that our content stays going. So they have cherry, and the 61 standard comes in translucent teal, which I would never buy. The 61 Maestro is $2,500, and it comes only in cherry. Let's see if I can get something else. Yeah, if you want the Maestro Tremolo, it looks like it's really only in cherry. And then the only other colors that they come in are, well, you can get them in that funky yellow, like a TV yellow, which I had before. Well, Gibson sent me one for a video, and then I sent it back. And they have like this weird blue burst. And to be honest, they're white with the black, like they're with the black pick guard, half pick guard, would be pretty cool too. So that might be a thing. We'll just have to see. Have you made any vids that compare your pickups to burst buckers and others? Yeah, we've done a few of those in the over the years. I don't have like a. Here's the problem with it. The problem with comparison videos. This is why I don't do AB videos yet. The reason we don't do comparison videos is because the rig that you use changes everything. So if I use what I would use is Fender Princeton, and I play burst buckers through it, and then I play my pickups through it, and then you go use a Marshall, the comparison's different because the amp's different. So what we try to do is describe when we make these videos the principal differences between our pickups and others. The biggest thing is going to be clarity, which is just across the board. And I don't need to A/B test that. That's something that, and people will be like, well, I need to hear it for myself. That's fine. Would we get more customers if we did more A/B testing? Maybe, because it would just make them happy. But to me, it would also not properly portray what we're trying to do here. So that's why I don't do that. Yeah. So, we have them. Yeah. Burst buckers are great. I had something with those in it. Oh, I had like one of those custom shoppy Epiphone things with those in it, and it was good. They're great. They're too hot. That's my opinion. They're too hot. So I think if you want a vintage PAF style, our DAFs are better in that respect, and I think they're more versatile. I think what we make is more expressive and has a wider dynamic range in general, and they're more versatile pickups. If you want a Gibson Les Paul to sound like a Gibson Les Paul, like a PRS sounds like a PRS, like I think all PRSs sound the same, if that makes sense. If you just want a Gibson guitar that just sounds like a generic Gibson, that's cool. And that's, to me, what burst buckers give you. Where our stuff dives more into the vintage feel and sound, and openness that a vintage pickup has. That's kind of what I think. Looking forward to Brianna's new humbucker. It is good. I've been playing it. It's good. And the A2 DAF, which is basically what it is more or less. It's not, but it is really, really good. We've never made one before, and I really like it, especially in the neck. It's just big. It's very big. And I think buying them as the combination is the ticket. So, you can just buy DAFs from us, and that's one thing. But to buy these in a combination is going to be the thing. Plus all the neato stuff that's going to come with them. One of the things we're doing with her stuff is it's going to be a little scaled up. Purchase experience, packaging, look, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be pretty good. I put Gibson humbuckers in my Japanese Les Paul. It sounded too Gibson-y, so I put DAF greenies in it. Yeah, that's the thing. They do. They have a thing, which is great. Like, that's what you want because that's what they are. But there's a difference between, like, a modern Gibson guitar and a vintage one that can't necessarily be explained It's more of a feel thing, I think. I don't know. You know how this stuff is. It's hard to explain, but I like it better. So yeah, there you go, man. Well, I tell you what, you guys. Let's just make sure we don't have any other super chats we might have missed. I just want to get on here real quick and say hello and let you know we hadn't forgot about the live stream from last night, and that we were still alive and kicking. Would you recommend a humbucker in the neck and a telly bridge pickup for an American Ultra? Dude, that'd be rad. So there's two ways you can do that. We've been actually doing a bunch of these. We sold probably 4 sets of these in the last 3 or 4 days. This is a thing that people, I don't know, it just turns on sometimes. Everybody likes it. So our DAF humbucker in the neck position of a Telecaster works really well. And now we have 2 different bridge pickups. We have our Widowmakers, which is a 1/4-inch magnet, and they're a lot hotter. They're like, I don't know, 8.5 or 9K, something like that. So they're going to hit your amp a lot harder. But if you want a more vintage Telecaster tone, get our flat 6 Telecaster bridge and put it in there. It'll still work awesome with the DAF. We've been doing it for years. And it works really well. So our flat 6 Telecaster pickup and a DAF neck pickup. And the cool part is now we can do a bunch of different custom colors and combinations and stuff. So if you have an American Ultra that has, cool colors and stuff, or a burst or whatever, and you want to make it match with some custom acrylic stuff, I think it's pretty neat. Good morning. Missed y'all last night. Hope all is well. It is. Yep, we're good. We're just on the road. I think it's cool that you get to work with your daughter. I get to work with my son sometimes, and I love it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. She's been on it, too. This week while I've been gone, she's been home doing stuff, and she'll FaceTime me and show me what she's working on, and I'm like, man, she's really good at this. So I'll tell you a funny story. So how this all started is really funny, and also at the same time makes me really like, oh, come on, man. She came in my office and she's like, this was like a couple months ago. She's like, I have a question. What are you gonna do with DylanTalksTone when you get too old to do it? And I'm like, shut up, in my head. And I'm like, I don't know. Why are you asking? She's like, I think you should teach me everything. And I'm like, well, that's pretty neat. So that's kind of where all this started. Kind of funny. I have an MIM telly with center punches. It's the bomb. Yeah, 2 of them? That's cool. Hey, Dan, what's going on? Got another Canadian. Right on. Well, you guys, I am going to jet. I have more family coming into town this morning, and we need to do a couple errands before we go see them. So we're going to go figure some stuff out and maybe have some fun today. So thanks for hanging out, you guys. I appreciate everybody's understanding of the weird time frame and whatnot. And we'll see you in the next video. There will be a video that comes out tomorrow.